my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a first impressions and demo on a couple of the new items that came out with the Colourpop Fall Edit collection. So it's a full-on collection. They have an eyeshadow palette, a highlighter palette, lipsticks, and then they also have some of those liquid glitter eyeshadows, which are similar to the Stila glitter and glow eyeshadows. So for me, I only picked up two things from the collection which I was most interested in. So I got the eyeshadow palette, of course, and then I also got the highlighter palette, and today I'm going to be putting these things on my face and telling you guys how I like it and just giving you, my first impressions on it. So this is the packaging for the eyeshadow palette. It's so cute. I mean, it's like a fall theme. It's cheetah print. It's really cute, and it's called the Good Sport eyeshadow palette, and it has the names on the back, and then the actual palette looks exactly like the packaging. So again, it says Good Sport, and then they have the eyeshadows on the back, and it also has the eyeshadow names on the pans. So these are the colors inside of the eyeshadow palette. Very fall-esque type vibes with this eyeshadow palette, and this is like one of Colourpop's standard $16 eyeshadow palette, so it does not come with a mirror, and it's like that cardboard packaging. I mean, I don't really have a problem with it because I always have my own mirrors. I do kind of wish that they included one, but for $16 I can't complain about it. But these eyeshadows are gorgeous, and I'm really interested in this color right here, but I won't be playing with that color today because I'm feeling like a green vibe. So I'm gonna go for something green using these tones down here. So that's what we're going for today. My eyes are already primed and set, so the first thing that I'm going to do is go in with the color Trooper, which is right here. I'm going to be taking that on my NYX blending brush, and I'm just going to put that into my crease as my first transition color. So this isn't quite a yellow eyeshadow. It's more like, well, it's yellow, but it's more of a mustard tone instead of like a super bright yellow. This yellow is more appropriate for fall than just like a super bright yellow. So I am having to build this color up a lot in my crease, but I feel like that's always the case with yellow eyeshadows on darker skin tone. I feel like, it just takes a couple of times to get it built up. Okay, so once I have that how I want it, with the same brush, I'm going to go into the shade High Hopes, which is this tan kind of brown shade. So I'm just going to blend that into my crease in the same spot that I did with Trooper. Woo, this is more pigmented than I thought. Okay, so it looks tan brown in the pan, but on my eyes it's showing up as like a brick red kind of color. It's way more pigmented than I thought. I thought it was going to be like a tan brown color. Okay, and then just because I feel like we need a little bit something extra in the crease, I'm going to go in that shade above High Hopes, which is called Hookie or Hookie. I don't know. I thought you spelled Hookie, H-O-O-K-I-E, but Hookie, whatever. I'm going to take that on this slightly tapered blending brush, and I'm going to go lightly with this color because I don't know how pigmented this is. There is kickback with these eyeshadows, by the way. So this is more of a red tone, and I'm mostly focusing that in the outer corner. Okay, so then I'm going to go back with that first initial color Trooper in the same blending brush, and I'm just going to blend around the edges with that because I do kind of want you to know that there's some yellow going on in this look. So I'm just going around the edges with that. Okay, now to get into some color, I'm going to be taking this Coastal Scents like tapered blending brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Trophies, which is this dark green shade. And I'm going to take the flat side of that brush and pick up some of that product. This one has a lot of kick up. And I'm going to pat this shade on the outer part of my eye. It almost kind of looks black on the eye. So I'm going to sweep this into the crease as well. And then I'm going to go back with that tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to blend around the edges. Okay, so now for what I love doing, putting on my lid shade, I'm going to take this flat brush, and y'all already know I'm going to take my e.l.f. Makeup Block and Seal drops, and I'm going to first go into the shade Hooked, which is this shade right here. It's another green tone, and I'm going to put that on the inner part of my lid, and then I'm going to see if I want to add this green color here to the middle part of my lid. Put the drops on, and then pick up some more shadow and just go on the lid. This is such a pretty shade. This is perfect for fall. So I think I am gonna add that other shade for like a pop to put in between those two shades. Okay, yeah, so now I'm gonna take EBB, whatever that means, and I'm gonna put that on the inner part of, well, the middle part of my lid. And then I'm going to flip the brush around so I can meld those colors together. So that EBB shade really does give it a nice pop in the center. Okay, so once I have that smoothed out as good as it's gonna get, I'm gonna I'm gonna go back into the shade Trophies, and I'm gonna blend out the edges. So now with this pencil brush, I'm gonna take the shade Trophies, and I'm just gonna go over my crease a little bit since you can't really see that shade anymore. No winged eyeliner today since this look is already pretty dark, but I am going to go in with this Sephora eyeliner. This is a green eyeliner, and this is in the shade Indulge Yourself, and it does have a little bit of sparkle to it, but I'm just putting that in my waterline. So I'm gonna do mascara, lashes, and then the rest of my face off camera, and I will come back and show you guys the highlighter palette, and then that will be it for this look. So now I'm going to be finishing up the eyes. I'm going to be taking the shade Trooper and the shade High Hopes, and I'm going to be putting those two shades on my lower lash line with this blending brush. So I'm just going to be blowing those shades out on the lower lash line, and then I'm going to be taking the shade Trophies on that pencil brush that I used earlier, and I'm going to just be putting that on the outer half of my eye, connecting it to the top outer half of my eye, just blending that out. And then for my inner corner, I'm going to use the shade at the top called Wild Out. It's just like a champagne-y type of gold shade. I'm just throwing that into my inner corner with a like a pointed detailer brush, and that's it. Okay, to move on to this highlighter palette, this is called the Crush on You highlighter palette, and this is very similar to like the Anastasia Beverly Hills 4-pan highlighter palettes, which is why I wanted this so bad, because I love the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter palettes like this. And I was thinking about getting the Sunkissed Glow Kit, I think the one that's been out for forever, and I was just now thinking about getting it. But when I saw this, I was like, this looks kind of similar to that one, so that's why I picked this one up. And I don't know if you guys can see, but my pans are kind of like, the product is separating from the pans, so I hope that doesn't mean that they're gonna fall out or they're gonna crumble, but they are separating from the pans, and I'm not gonna go through the hassle of sending them back because, you know, I mean, they're not defective or anything, at least not now they aren't, so I'm just gonna keep them for now. But yeah, so I'm gonna actually go in with Drop a Pin and Talk in Code, which is these two right here. I don't really want a pinky or bronzy look today, so I'm just gonna go in with these two and see what I get. So I'm first going in with Drop a Pin, and this is the swatch of it. And to be honest, these feel kind of creamy. These feel sort of like their Super Shock highlighters, but that is the swatch of Drop a Pin. And then Talking Code, the lighter one, is right there on top. So like I said, I'm just gonna mix those two and see what I get. Nothing's really showing up. Maybe if I use my finger, because I think these are like their Super Shock highlighters, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting like a powder. Yeah, it shows up better with the finger, but I wanted a powder highlight. I'm just the tiniest bit upset because I was really thinking that this was a powder highlighter palette and not one of their Super Shock highlighter formulas. So I am a little bit disappointed with that, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to get any use out of this. And it looks like I'm still going to be purchasing the Anastasia Glow Kit in Sun Dip because I really wanted a powder highlighter palette. But to get into my final thoughts of everything, so for the eyeshadow palette, I think it's good quality. I think it's one of Colourpop's, you know, standard typical $16 eyeshadow palettes that performs well. I did have a little bit of trouble with Trophies. I felt like Trophies was just the tiniest bit patchy, but because of the shade that it is, it's one of those darker colors. I feel like sometimes those are hard to work with, period, and they're hard formulas. Same for Trooper. When it comes to yellow eyeshadows, I know very few brands who can really do good yellow eyeshadows. So as far as all of the other colors, they were super pigmented, they were nice, I was able to blend them out, and I'm really happy with the eye look that I was able to come up with using this palette, and I'll definitely be doing more eye looks using it. So I'm probably gonna focus on the purple shades, and this one right here, this is like a duochrome. I'll show you guys a swatch of it. Definitely a duochrome eyeshadow. It looks kind of pink in the pan, but when you swatch it, it's like an orange with a purple and silver shift to it. So I'm probably going to be using that one next. But I do really like this palette overall. I feel like I can get quite a few different looks from this palette. I really like the color scheme. It's something different, especially for fall. So yeah, this is definitely a recommendation. And then for the highlighter palette, I mean, just because I'm disappointed because of the formula, like I said, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to use it, because I actually really like some of their Super Shock highlighters. Like Avalon is one of my favorites, and it's one that I have been using consistently nonstop for the longest time. So you know, with that being said, I'm not going to just completely give up on this, and it did give me a really nice golden glow type of highlight. So yeah, I mean, if you like the Super Shock shadow formula, Super Shock highlighter formula, then I would say that this is a good deal to go ahead and get. I think it was $18 for 4 of the highlighters, so that's not bad. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the demo of me using these products. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.